Howdy folks and welcome back to World of Tanks with StuG. I have prepared a replay of one of my favorite tanks in the game. It is located in the German tank tree, where we also find the Panzerjäger, the Mark II, which since about patch 8.0, is only a travesty of the machine it once was. Then we have the Hetzer at Tier 4, and finally the StuG III at Tier 5. And it is the StuG that we are going to check out a little closer. I am not going to give you a full review of all the goods and bits about this tank. Jingles has done that already so much better. I have added the link to the description of this video. I want to focus on two things mainly. Number 1, the gun. The 7.5 cm L70 is a fantastic gun, with very good penetration for Tier 5, and a pinpoint accuracy of just 0.33 meter. The StuG also has a high rate of fire. With my elite crew and improved ventilation, the rate of fire on my StuG is more than 13 rounds per minute. Let's compare the gun of the StuG with that of the new E-25 Tier 7 German premium tank destroyer. Yes, it is the very same gun. Wargaming decided that the new premium TD should get the L70 as well. On the E-25, it has the same penetration and alpha damage, but Wargaming increased the rate of fire to an incredible 20 rounds per minute. Anyways, if it is good enough for Tier 7 TD, it more than suffices for the StuG at Tier 5. The other thing about the StuG is the size. Just look at the comparison to the Jag Tiger. The StuG is very low to the ground, which makes it much harder to hit. The Jag Tiger in comparison is a behemoth. Get a load of this. The StuG is hardly taller than the little old tractor. The small size, combined with the agility and excellent gun, make it a formidable TD. The best bit, however, is the StuG's camo rating. Here you can see how it stacks up against other TDs in the German TD line. In terms of stealth factor, it's only bested by the E-25, the Jag Panzer IV, and the Hetzer. Why is the smaller StuG more visible than the larger Jag Panzer IV? That you have to ask Wargaming. My guess is that without camo, the Jag Panzer IV would be complete and utter garbage. Speaking of things that don't make no sense, do you want to see the camo rating of the Soviet SU-100Y? Yep. It is in fact better than the StuG's. They call the SU-100Y the box tank, but this machine is supposed to be stealthier than the little German TD. Whatever the case, the StuG, in summary, is a fast and nimble TD, equipped with a fast fire and high-penetrating gun that is a threat for any opponent it faces. I have prepared a replay for you that illustrates some of these strengths. We are on Muravanka, and we find outcells on the bottom of the team list. There are tanks in the game, which struggle fighting vehicles 2 tiers above them, but the StuG isn't one of them. In a map like this, with plenty of cover, a stealthy TD can be devastating. XVM shows us having a slightly higher win chance, but as far as I am concerned, this is a 50-50 game.
Move out!
As we're getting into the game, I am noticing a lot of my teammates are going into the Magic Forest. This gives me the opportunity to hang back and play to the strengths of my TD. The commander of my StuG has 6th sense, and I want you to pay attention just how long it takes until I finally have been spotted.
They're knocked out! Enemy armor is hit!
That's 3 shots fired, 1 kill, and I have not been spotted yet. As long as the enemy does not see you, all is well in the StuG. But the moment you're lit, it's usually game over. I just have to take that shot at the T-20.
Enemy is hit.
Fortunately, my sixth sense alarm remains off.
They dinged us.
The IS seems to be closing in on our position. He's the main threat. Fortunately,
Penetration.
he doesn't play this very well,
We didn't even scratch them.
and that will cost him his life.
Got him.
Boom. That's one tier 7 tank killed for me. Oh, and here comes the Type T-34.
Gotcha.
That, my friends, is kill stealing like a pro. And I am not finished yet. I still have not been spotted, can you believe that? See that stood there? He drove all the way around us without being seen. That's good camera for you right there. My sixth sense finally goes off, and now things could get a little hot.
Enemy vehicle destroyed. Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy is hit. We didn't penetrate their armor.
Okay, that was a bit tense. I am trying to shadow that T-34-85 so that our AT-15 can mess him up. All the while, I have to be careful not to expose myself. I cannot afford to take any damage. The T-34 decides that YOLOing across the open field in front of the gun of the AT-15 is a good idea. And I would have to agree. That's him gone, and we are still in the game.
Enemy armor is damaged.
We just lost our VK on the hill close to the cap zone. And now the opponent is capping with 2 tanks. 2 against 4, and time is running out fast. Then we catch a break. One of the opponents is actually leading the cap. What a moron. He more than likely threw the game away for them just now. I am now on my way to reset the cap. The AT-15 will just go straight through the middle. And now he is back in the cap again. You numbnut should have never gotten out of there in the first place. According to the minimap, there still was a KV-1. Oh, there he is. Let me see if I can get a shot in before time runs out. That was probably a long shot. I need to get cracking now. Just 37 seconds to reset the cap. But the StuG is quite fast, so I will have no problems getting there in time. Oh, and the AT-15 had taken out the KV-1 just moments ago and is now at 5 kills. I am switching to high explosive rounds now to guarantee the reset of the cap. After all, there are 2 tier 7s in there, and I really can't be messing about. Showtime.
Critical hit.
I am successful in resetting the cap, but boy, that IS nearly took me out. I have to be very careful now. While we have the advantage, we are still going against a Tier 7 heavy with a devastating gun. The AT makes the smart move and gets his butt into the cap, forcing the opponent to make a move. I'll just be chilling here and wait for my opportunity. Sooner or later I'll have a shot at him.
We didn't even scratch them.
That was close. Looks like he is definitely playing it careful here.
Penetration.
Take that, sucker. He's getting desperate now and is making a run for it. YOLOing like this ain't the brightest of ideas, son. I think I tracked him just now.
We didn't even scratch them.
I retrack him and reload just in time.
Critical hit.
Say goodnight, sweetheart.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Top Gun, Defender and Halonen's medal for killing 3 Tier 7 tanks. That's a pretty good game for the little StuG. But if you think that this was good, think again. You ain't seen nothing yet. Welcome to more than 4,300 damage, 5 kills and 1,655 XP. StuG III in his AT-15 completely owned this game. He bounces 18 enemy shots and receives a potential damage of almost 5,000. It's a stunning performance. Expertly well played. While I did my part, it was StuG III in his AT-15 who carried this game, and carried it hard. I hope you have now a better impression of what that StuG is capable of. In my personal opinion, the StuG III is one of the best executed tanks in the entire game. It has its strengths and weaknesses, but it is far from being overpowered. Play it bad, and you will be shredded to pieces within seconds, but play it well, and you will make a difference. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to rate it. Take care, and see you next time.